The results of the midterm election were, I would say, only a disaster in the sense that we should have done so much better. Biden's policies have horrific effects. People directly experience those effects, so it should have been a complete wipeout. It's almost like one of those early battles of the Civil War where Lincoln would say, in a sense, why didn't we finish off the Confederacy? Yeah, we were able to hold our own. Yeah, we were able to advance a few yards or even a few miles, but we're not even close to taking Atlanta. Why is that? We have a much bigger army. We have much greater resources. And so we need to ask some tough questions of our own side as we think about what happened this week. Debbie joins me, and Debbie has some interesting thoughts about two issues that we haven't paid a lot of attention to, in part because we have strong convictions about them. We're kind of dug in on them, but they can pose certain election problems for us. Honey, start by telling people about, we were in Michigan for an event I did with Grand Rapids Right to Life. It was a tremendous, great event, 1,300 people, but we learned a lot about this Proposal 3, which was coming up on the ballot, and in fact has now been voted upon. Talk a little bit about Proposal 3, what it does, but also kind of the deceptive way that it's framed so that people they don't really know what it does.
Right. So Prop 3 basically gives Michigan women the right to have an abortion at any time in their pregnancy, including 9 months. They also have if it's a teen pregnancy, they do not need parental consent to have the abortion. So this is horrible. This is something that is a strike against the right to life. But they framed it they were very sneaky in the way that they used the language in the proposal. For example, they said that this Proposal 3, was the constitutional right to reproductive freedom. So when you say that, you are in essence saying, listen, the right to your reproductive freedom only belongs to you and your doctor, but it's between you and your doctor. The government has no right to tell you when you can have an abortion, when you can get contraception, et cetera, et cetera. So of course, the vast majority of people voted yes for this proposition. Now, I made the analogy yesterday with my mother. I said, what if on a proposition, just any given state, they put in the proposition that murder would be legal. Just murder in general. You could murder your neighbor, you can murder whoever you want, right? How many people would vote for this? Obviously, not very many, right? Except for maybe a mass murderer himself, a serial killer, whatever. But you're not going to, you cannot win an argument when you don't understand what you're voting for, right? And unfortunately, I have found that, and I've been a part of this movement for many, many years. I would say probably 20 years. But the problem is in the messaging. We have not made the case for life. We just haven't. Danielle wrote a beautiful book about it, and it was really, I feel like it was the answer to the best argument about not having an abortion, because it is the life of a child. Having an abortion is murder, and she made the perfect case for it. But unfortunately, we have, as a party, we have not. So women still believe that it is their choice, that it is their body, their choice, and they don't know that they're actually murdering a baby. And so, unfortunately, when voters go to the polls, they vote for a proposal that they think is just about them, not about their baby. So abortion. The other one that I found very interesting was that most midterm voters support stricter gun control. Again, we feel as Texans and as Second Amendment proponents that everyone likes to have guns, but that's just not the case. And with all of these shootings, school shootings, Uvalde, all of that, voters want stricter gun control laws. And so, unfortunately, the Democrats know how to capitalize on that, and we, as Republicans, do not. We don't have any solutions really for stricter for having people, background checks, whatever. We know that that's not what prevents gun violence. We know that, but we just don't know how to articulate it. So anyway, those are the two issues. Yes.
Yeah, it seems like we just make a resounding affirmation of gun rights and leave it at that without addressing what's causing these shootings. Here are 3 things that we can do to address them. So you're saying that these are 2 issues we just need to think harder about and be more effective in our communications about.
Absolutely.